The more that I have learned about the true nature of men, the more it has forced me into observing the true nature of women. And what I have discovered is there is nothing that anyone can do about a woman who has the desire for a man.
Do you notice that no matter how much you advise a woman that is in a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, an unhealthy relationship, unhappy relationship, no matter how much you take your time to advise her, even if she's the one that came to you for advice. It's not like you're poke nosing. She actually came to you for advice, and you can clearly see that she's not happy and she needs help. No matter how much you advise these women to leave their partner or to find or to choose themselves or to find better things, they don't do it. Women don't do it unless they've gotten to the stage whereby they're like, okay, I think nobody's there for me anymore. Or it wasn't a stage. I don't feel like women get to a stage where they will now get it and eventually they will now leave. But all those times that you're telling them, oh, this is leave, this is not healthy for you, this is not good for you, they can't leave. Why is it like that, you guys? I have this interesting video to share with you. Let me show you this clip, then we'll come back and discuss.
The more that I have learned about the true nature of men, the more it has forced me into observing the true nature of women. And what I have discovered is there is nothing that anyone can do about a woman who has the desire for a man. There's nothing that no one can do. And that's why I stopped judging women so harshly when they go back to men over and over again. Women that are in abusive relationships, women who are on and off, like toxic relationships. I stopped judging it when I just realized that a woman truly can only save herself. The desire that she has for that man no one can do nothing about that. It can only be done from her doing alone. And that's why how I look at it is a little bit different. Like, I remember going through the phases of like being upset with who people dated and having an opinion about who people date. But once you realize that a woman will be fixated on who she wants until she no longer wants it. Once you really accept it, like, y'all really listen to what I said. A woman will be fixated on who she wants until she no longer wants it. There is nothing that you can do about it. I have made a video about this on my page before. There are women who get abused, who actually get physically harmed daily by men that they are attracted to and love, and they don't leave. The only time a woman will no longer desire to be with someone is when she wants to stop. So there's nothing that TikTok can say. There's nothing that all these pages can say. There's nothing that I can say. There's nothing your mother or pastor can say. There's nothing that can happen to change her mind unless she wants to do it. That is why I don't stand in the way of when it comes to women and their desires with men, because again, once you understand that about women, once you understand that a woman will do what she wants to do, she will convince herself of whatever she want to convince herself. A lot of the spider webs that women are trapped in are because of their own doing. You don't care as much. I care, but not as much. You know, it's like, again, not my life, not my consequence, not my debt. None of it affects me. None of it will affect you. You truly have to let women earn their stripes on their own. You can't think for people. You cannot try to intervene with natural order. You cannot try to intervene with natural consequence. Let people do as they please so they can see the outcome. And then they can think for themselves about what should or should not take place. That's the best way to, that's That's truly the best way to deal with women, truthfully, even myself included. I went through a phase where I was completely self-destructive. You have to leave a woman to realize that she is the problem. That's just how it goes for us. I don't know why. I don't know why our psyche is like it is, but I'm telling you, the only way women figure it out and really start doing the work is when people get out the way, and she can't, there's no one left but her and her thoughts and her decisions, the two make. That is it. That's the only way women truly grow. That's why I don't try to think for women. I don't try to, like, I've told y'all before, as a big sister, it's very easy for me to go into this mode of wanting to fix your problems. I don't try to fix women's problems because they're not my problems. They're your problems. And if it's anybody that should do something about your problems, it is you. Women get too caught up in the little mini fires that women create in their own lives. She will figure it out. She will. She will. She will figure it out eventually. Now, the good news is she'll figure it out. The bad news is you don't know how long it's going to take. It could take to her 60s, truthfully. That's why I got my act together. I started at 25 because I had already seen that it was women in their 60s and 50s that still wasn't getting it. And I didn't want to go out like that. I did not want to go out like that. She gonna get it. It's just a matter of when she's going to get it. When she's going to get it. Women can spend decades, got kids, got grandchildren, got great grandchildren, decades. That's why it's like, yeah.
I totally agree with her because this particular thing usually happens a lot if you're someone that usually, advise your friends or anybody, your family, anybody that is going through, an abusive relationship, might be marriage or just normal relationship and all of that. And you and them, or the relationship is not going forward. The man is just being toxic. In fact, abusive relationship, that physical abuse, that she has injury or the kind of abuse that will land her in the hospital, you will be begging this person to leave, and you see them going back to their husband and calling you later and telling you, oh, they've sought things out, or they think that this time around is going to be better. The thing is that it's always very impossible for you to change a woman's heart when she's in love with a man. And I feel like men knows this thing, and that is why they keep taking advantage of women. They know that if you are in love with them and you love them so much, they get away with so many things. The moment they see that the love you have for them is already shifting, you see them, on their toes, you see them running extra trying to win you back or something, because they don't want you to go, because they know that the moment you don't like them anymore, you don't like them anymore, there's a problem in the relationship. But the moment you're still in love with them, you can take anything. You see, a woman will tell you, no, my husband brought his side chick, my husband did, like, so many annoying things, and they'll be like, I don't have a problem with it, he said it would change, he said I should forgive him. They will not do anything. And the things that these men, they know. And all these things is that these men do not cannot take any of those things that they are dishing to those women, but they will do it to us, and we will take it like that because we are in love. And they know that when a woman is in love, she can literally unalive herself. A woman can stop what is giving her money just because she's in love with a man. What is making her who she is, she can stop it just because she's in love with a man. A woman can lie, a woman can betray her friends just because she's in love with a man. She can do so many, she can put her life at risk to have a man. I don't think men do that for us. Well, some people in the comment section were like, this is not like a woman thing. This is like a self love thing. So if you've not come to love yourself enough, you might not be able to, choose yourself when you're in a difficult situation or in a kind of relationship that you have to choose yourself. Because if truly you love yourself, no matter how much you love somebody, when they treat you terribly, even if you tend to forgive on and on and on, it will get to a stage whereby you had to just leave. I agree with the creator when she also said that when you stop pushing those people to leave that kind of toxic relationship, when you stop pushing them to leave, and at the end of the day, they now get very isolated. Nobody's even talking to them about anything anymore. That is when it clicks in their head and they will start telling you things that, oh, now I understand what you're saying. Oh, now I get what you're saying. Now I feel like I need to leave. Now I want to leave. Now I need an escape route to leave. The thing is, you will advise them to the stage whereby even you have to start setting boundaries. You'll be like, if you're not going to leave this your toxic relationship, we're not going to have conversations about you and this man anymore. Let's just be friends without you having conversation about you and that man, when they've come to a stage whereby they are now being isolated, they don't have anybody to share those things with. I feel like by then women tend to start getting it and they start understanding how terrible their life is in that toxic relationship. And some women believe that they have to experience things, they have to learn by themselves before they can, they have to experience it before they can learn, right? They feel like, oh, yours is different, but I want to really experience if it's good or bad before I can judge. You see somebody telling you, oh, this path that you're going, I already made the same mistake. So don't go through this path, go through this route. I think it's better for you because I wish I went through this route. So don't go through the route I went because I can see that you're following the same path that I want to go. So go through the other routes because if I can go back and change the ends of time, I'll pass this route. You see some women that want to let experience be the best teacher for them. They'll tell you, oh, that is you, right? I want to experience it. I want to really see if it's really that bad or not. They want to go into that same place that you're telling them that there is danger. They want to experience it by themselves. You guys, what's your take on this video and women that just to not get it when you're trying to show them the truth, and what do you think is the best thing to do? Let me know your thought down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, you got Maria Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.